Hi everyone, I'm Frank from the City of Games, and today I'm going to show you how to pack away the RNF cats back into the box. Now, if you've picked up the Kickstarter edition, you've got the Kickstarter pack, you've got the late arrival expansion, you've got the big bag of meeples for cats, you're going to be thinking, how does it all fit into the box? And then maybe you also sleeve your cards. Is it going to fit? This video is going to show you how to do that. So here's our empty box, but before we start putting things into that, I just want to talk about bagging. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your wooden fish and you're going to put those into 2 bags. You can also put your cardboard fish into some bags if you'd like. Once you've got the wooden ones, the cardboard ones aren't necessary anymore and can be discarded, but they're going to fit if you want to put them in there. The same goes for the cat meeples. If you picked up the bag of cats, you're going to be able to put them all into a bag. The smaller ones aren't needed anymore, but I know that they're nice to keep. You're also going to notice that the game's going to come with a whole pile of extra little bags that you can use if you want to. Now, these aren't needed, but should you want to put all of your cats into individual bags, you've got the options to do that as well. You're also then going to put all of your common treasures into separate bags. You're also then going to put your Oshaks into a bag and also your permanent basket. Again, with the common treasures, it's up to you whether you want to have them separated or whether you want to keep them all in just one bag. It's really a matter of personal kind of taste. They're all going to go into the box in exactly the same way anyway. Outside of this, the other thing you're going to want to think about is how you're going to store the cards. And by that I mean the kind of order that you're going to be placing them into the box. So what I recommend creating 5 different piles. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's really fairly straightforward. You're going to have the family version of cards, which have the green back, and you're going to keep those separate. You're then going to have all of the solo cards. Now, these ones have the purple back, and again, you can keep those separate. If you never intend to play with a solo or family mode, you could just put those into a bag if you wanted to and kind of keep them in the box out of the way, but I recommend keeping them around. You're also going to have the 4 colour reference cards, which again I just keep together because often these aren't used, but they are there just to help people who may need assistance with seeing various colours. The next thing I do is I take the lesson modules and I'm going to put these all into one big pile in order. So these are the cards that have the lessons in the bottom left. You'll see that we've got lesson module A, and these are the A cards, and then we've got the B cards, and then we've got the C cards, and so on. So each time you play, you're going to be using 3 of these modules, so I recommend just keeping them in alphabetical order, and then each time you play, you can think about which ones am I going to use, and when you finish playing, you only have to take 3 modules out of your deck of cards rather than having to sort through lots and lots of different things. Finally, you're going to have the rest of the cards, which is going to be all of the other cards. These have all got the same back. It's just everything apart from the lesson modules with the blue back shuffled together and just ready to go. So you're not going to need to put these in bags. Now, we do have some bags that are there and you can put them into bags if you want, but it's really not needed because of how we're going to pack them away. So let's get back to the box and let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the boats and you're just going to place them in the box. Now, one of the important things to note is you're going to want to make sure that you place them like this. So you've got the kind of flat edge half here, and then you've got the round summary in this corner. And this is all of the boats that come with the game. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your big deck of cards. Now, this box has been purposely designed so that your cards can be stood face up like this. You're not going to put them face down, you're going to stand them. You'll also notice that there's just enough room on top, so if you've sleeved your cards, they'll still fit, and there's also just enough room down the side that, again, if you've sleeved your cards, they're going to fit. So this works exactly the same regardless of whether they're sleeved or not. Once you've put those in there, I then recommend putting in the lesson module, and then I recommend putting in the family cards, and I like to alternate them, so one time the back will be up, next time back will be down, and that way when you're sorting through them it can be nice and quick. Some people might want to put a piece of paper or something in there if they really want to speed it up, but I find it's nice and easy. So now we've got all of our cards. We've got the discovery cards, the lesson modules, the family cards, our solo cards, and the cat reference cards, and they're all fitting nicely in there. Again, if your cards are sleeved, you're going to find they come down a little bit further, but they're going to fit in absolutely perfectly. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your largest meeples. So if you've got the bag of meeples, you're going to want to put this one in here. These are designed to help pad the cards to stop them moving. And again, if you've got the smaller ones and you want to keep those, I would put those on top. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take all of the tiles from the game that you want to store, which I would recommend putting the Oshaks in first, because you want to keep these ones as flat as possible. So putting those in there just helps to keep them flat. You can then put in your different bags of common treasures, and again, I would keep these down on this end. Now, importantly, if you don't have the big bag of meeples, then you're going to want to put these things down on this side instead. But if you do have the meeples, they're going to fit here. So that's one of the few differences. If you don't have the large bag of cats, then you're going to put some of these tiles over on this side as well. Because the most important thing is we fill up this gap over here. From now on, it doesn't really matter the order we do things. We're just going to put our tiles over here. We're keeping those extra cardboard fish because who knows when we're ever going to need them, just in case. And we're also going to put our permanent baskets here. What we're effectively doing is we're building up a wall on this side, and we're also building up a wall on this side. So finally, I'm going to put our fish meeples in here. They come to a good height to level up with those cards, and we're pretty much done. The next step is the only tricky step. You're going to want to take the bag that has all of your cat tiles and treasures. You're going to hold it tightly from this end so nothing falls out, and you're just going to want to shake it slightly just to try and get an even distribution, but you want slightly more at the bottom. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put these two corners, and you'll notice that again, they line up exactly with the edge of the cards and the edge of the box, and they're just going to fit neatly in. You're then going to be able to just tuck the end of the bag down to make sure they don't fall out, and now you've got a really nice padded area. These cards are not going anywhere, and now you can start to put those final little bits in. So what I'd recommend is just putting the pencil in down here. I would then recommend taking the score pad and putting it over here. I would then recommend taking the island and just putting it in here. And finally, you can start putting in the rule sheets. And what you're going to find again is these all just fit neatly down into this corner. If you did want to keep all those extra little bags, you can do. And of course, there's plenty of room in there for them. Now, the final step is, of course, to put the lid on. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, what happens if I turn it on its side? What happens if I put it in my rucksack? When I throw these things around, these cards are going to go everywhere. They're not in bags. They're not anywhere. What happens if I do this? Are those cards going to stand? What happens if I put it in my bag? What happens if I drop it down a staircase or off a mountain? What is going to happen? And what you'll find is this system is designed so these cards are going to still be exactly in this place. They're going to move up and down a little bit, but they're still going to be there. You're going to find that this bag has just helped to protect things. The meeples have kept your stuff in there, and you're good to go. As I say, if you want to put the cards into a bag, you can do, but there's really no need. They're never going to go anywhere. And if you manage to shake your box up more than that, then I highly recommend finding a better way to look after your games. So that is how to pack away the Isle of Cats. I hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions at all, please ask below in the comments, and until next time, keep on adventuring.